5, my friend, 5 ways to defend. That's what we got for you today. We're gonna make you a better defender and a smarter one. Let's go. The indecisive defender, you are number 1 because good God, what a style of defending, but what an awful way to defend. You are not gonna get anything done at all. At all. I'm moving away. We're moving, I'm moving. That's better. Now, indecisive defender, what does that look like? That means you are charging in and then you're stopping. You're going into 50-50 tackles, you're not locking your ankle, and you are endangering yourself. This is not the way to defend. Defenders have to be decisive. I've talked about this before. When you look at a guy like Paolo Maldini, when you look at somebody who's willing to throw their face in front of the ball, when someone's doing a bicycle kick and has no problem with it, they're gonna kick his teeth out, but he already decided he's gonna block this shot. He's gonna stop the attacking player. It doesn't matter. Great defenders are decisive. Do not come in and think that this means now that you have to fly in, that you have to bite on everything, on every move, that you have to dive in, that you have to always go to the ground. This is not what we're talking about. What we're saying is that you need to understand your strategy before you go into this encounter, and you will be a boss. Next in line, you can always just make sure that this attacking player never ever gets the ball. Or at the very least, he never gets the ball comfortably. What this can look like is that you are literally gonna live at this guy's house. He is gonna know your name. You are gonna be in his dreams, okay? A proper way to defend, this is one strategy and it works on the right type of player. There are some players that love it. When you're all up on them, they're gonna turn you, they're gonna spin you, and it's just not gonna work. But there are some other attacking players who hate it. They hate to be touched. They hate that the defender's always on them. They hate that the defender's anticipating what they're going to do, that he's touching them and moving around and bumping them when the ball is not even near them. This is a strategy. Know that attacking players all have different profiles. What works for one is not gonna work for the other guy. And if you can't figure that out as a defensive player, you're gonna be in trouble because you cannot do a one-size-fits-all defense against everybody. You are gonna get burned, okay? If you haven't yet, it's coming, all right? So know this, if you want to press someone and make it a living hell for them, you have to know that you also always have to be able to see the ball. So don't press them and get yourself into such a rage that you can't see the ball, where it's coming, or you can't predict where he's gonna go. That's gonna be a huge issue, all right? So make sure to always bump into them, push them in the right ways, try not to commit too many fouls, but stay on that borderline. We're not saying to hurt, but we're saying you gotta stay on that borderline of it's almost a foul, but it's very aggressive. It's the only way for this to really work. Completely opposite to being all over the attacking player is dropping off. Where is this gonna work? Well, let's figure out the fact that some of these really skillful Samba style players, you are not necessarily going to want to be all over. They cannot wait to know. Because if I know where a defender is, being one of these players who loves it, then I know exactly what to do. I'm not bothered by you breathing down my neck. That's perfectly fine. I know exactly what to do. I'm gonna pass it off, I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna spin you. You're gonna have to foul me, you're gonna pull me, whatever it is. You drop off now I have to think about how to engage you. Now the problem and the responsibility is on me. I've gotta figure out how to engage you, attack you, figure that out. All these skills, all that stuff, you can't do anything unless you bite. If you dive in, great, I've got you. If you don't, I've got to figure out another way to, like I said, engage you or pass and move until you have no choice but to deal with my skill, all right? So dropping off is an excellent strategy for guys who have a whole lot of skill, who understand, but remember, you cannot drop off forever. The rules change once you're inside the box. You have to put pressure on players, and that's just part of the game. You're screwed there. If I get you inside the box, you can't just let me continue to contain and contain and contain until you get into the goal. That's not gonna work, all right? But outside, isolated, you can easily contain and call for help. Once that comes, then you can attack and bite, all right? So know this as a defender. You can't just run in all the time. You can't back off all the time. You've got to understand these strategies, and then you'll be perfectly fine. Almost last, definitely not least, what about the standard good, solid defending? We're not talking about your lazy defending. We're not talking about you being afraid to go into tackles. We're talking about you get ready. You curve your run as you're coming into that one-on-one, you get set, you push the defender in one way. He's going left, he's going right, he's headed towards the sideline. You decide all that, and then you wait for that right opportunity to pounce, all right? Generally speaking, the greatest time, the easiest time for you to step in, this is not the golden rule, just generally speaking, once that guy does his tricks and he tries to get past you, he's taking that touch to go pot, that's when you pounce, all right? Trying to dive in too early means that he can pass the ball around you. Trying to dive in too late, of course, you're never gonna catch up. So look for that, especially when you are being a really well-balanced defender. Choosing to go with the standard approach is perfectly fine. It's probably that median range. Most of the time, you're gonna be fine. Most of the time, you will be fine if you put in good, solid principles of defending, not diving in, making sure to keep your feet agile, not turning completely sideways, don't lose sight of the ball. If you do all these things correctly, generally speaking, you're gonna be okay. It's only these excellent players that you're gonna have problems with if you don't hit the principles exactly right. Now we have one more thing for you. You probably guessed it, and yeah, whatever. Let's just go to the next one. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Listen, it's part of the game. But this last style of defending is, you're not getting past me, and I'm gonna go through this challenge as hard as I can, and I'm gonna make you attacking player, your life really, really bad for 90 minutes. I'm gonna knock you out, okay? Not seriously, not literally, but we're gonna snuff you out here, okay? That means going into tackles hard. That means every once in a while making sure that, yeah, you foul them. We're not talking about broken legs. We're not talking about going too far. We are talking about every tackle, everything from the way that you talk to him, from the way that you bump into him, from the way that you stare at him. He has to know it is a reckless, crazy, dangerous game. Everybody has probably played against a defender like this. So you guys all understand what I'm talking about. Some of you defenders don't have this switch. Some of you do, but all of you need to have it, okay? All of you need to have every single portion of the styles that we have said today. You should have all of them in your arsenal, and they should all be able to come out when the situation demands this of you. That's a good defender. Not one defender who just can only kill people, and one defender who can, you know, only be good with skillful players. That's useless, all right? Guys, the best defenders are very well balanced, all right? They have all the skills and they know when to employ these strategies at the right time. That's what's gonna make you good. If you're too reckless and you get yourself a red card, you've damaged your team and obviously yourself. Too many yellow cards also, by the way, that means you're gonna be playing cautious the whole game. So this has to be done in a way that you understand. This is gonna send a message to the attacking player. This is gonna send a message to the other team, and you can still stay on in order to make sure your team wins. Good God. I mean, if there isn't a wealth of knowledge, who did this video? Was it me? Was it me that, it was? It's a good video. It's a good video, and go ahead, write down below in the comment section, 2025, Will John. That's the vid. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and check out all the gear and the playlist from us here at Unisport right down below, and we will see you guys later. No look, crossbar. I feel like I hit something. I feel like I hit